Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Robot Spirits or Robot Damashii number 160. This is the Crossbone Gundam X-1 full cloth. And again, I usually just buy Robot Damashii for certain figures or Gundam design that they don't have it in mold kit form. Well, one way or another. Well, this is an exception. There is a master grade version of this. I've been wanting to get it, but just never got around to it. And I'm not sure even I'm gonna build that. And I'm just getting the Robot Damashii. So here we go. And this is really awesome. I always wanted to get the full cloth. It's just something with it that's just amazing. I like the design. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Crossbone at all, or read manga or anything of that sort. So this is kind of like a blind review. But the one thing I also like about this is that effect part on the skulls. That is amazing. Really awesome. So I have the box here, and on the bottom, I got this from Tatsu Hobby. I forgot how much I paid for it. I'll just put the link down below. I think it's still available. I think they may still have a few of this. But yeah. Alright, so that's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so let's start with the Crossbone X-1. And this is without the armor and everything. So this is a pretty cool figure. In terms of articulation, we have the head. Get this little antenna here. And you get the back one. I'm not sure if you can remove this one. Oh. No, I think it lets you. There's some articulation there, but it doesn't really let you. Then you got flaps here. I think this is part of an effect later on. You got side skirts. It's actually quite articulate, so it's quite nice. You get the bend there. It's somewhat a double jointed there. Oh, actually, there we go. It's kind of, oh, there's a swivel there. Interesting. It's the first time I've seen that. Usually they have a bicep swivel. This one has it too, so. Oh, interesting. Oh, lots of articulation. Ankle. It's kind of on the side of the foot here for the shin guard. And something just fell off. This on the back. It's actually a little gimmick here that you can actually take this out. Not too sure what that is. It's kind of interesting that a part of a side skirt or back skirt pops off. I wonder if it's some sort of like a handle for the beam saber, maybe later on. We'll check it out. Right. There's actually a gimmick here where you can take this out. Unfortunately, I cut my nails recently, and this is a little bit tough to take out. It's nice though that there's. I may have to pull this out later on. But it's nice that there's a gimmick there. Right, and waist. I think we're kind of covered about that. Yeah. Very solid figure so far. I really like this. Alright, so that's it for the Crossbone, and let's take a look at some of his weapons. Alright, so one of his first weapons is I believe this is the Buster gun. Pretty cool. And you do have an attachment if you want to have the rifle grenade. It's like a crossbow. I think it goes like this. There we go. And actually this, you can take out the grenades. That's a really cool, nifty thing that they added. Does it go there? But you can show that how, if you're depleting them, remove some of them. So it's a nice gimmick that they have that. So we got that one right there. It does look like a crossbow. Alright, so next part we got the Beam Zanba. I think that's what it is. And I think for some weird reason, I think it combines with the Buster gun. It becomes a Zunbuster. I don't know if that's the same case here, but it does have a handle for a rifle, so maybe just use it like this. But you can wheel it here too. It's like a pirate cutlass. So that's nice. They have that. And let's see. I'm looking at the effect parts. Oh. Is this? Can you remove this part here? Oh, you can. There we go. And you got all this. I think it goes this way. So basically there's only 3 pegs here. And it connects on both sides. It's a really nice effect part. There you go. Really nice. Right, and after that, I think that's in terms of weaponry. I mean, we also have, well, aside from weaponry, we're gonna have the Crossbone booster. There might be a name for this one. Actually, let me take a look at. I'm reading at the wiki as I go along. Let's see. I don't think. Sorry for. I'm really not sure what you call this backside here. But this is booster. I'm just gonna call it a backpack. So sorry, I'm not familiar with the show or the manga, but has a really cool. So I wonder if he used this to do some very interesting aerial maneuvers. It is stretched out, and it kind of tells me that this is more of a stabilizer, which is kind of great, especially if it's on space or even the ground. Very cool. Alright, so that's it. And why don't we put on the armor? I think that's what we got this for, the full cloth, the anti-beam coating thing. Alright. Alright, interestingly enough, I'm doing this backwards. Since you see from the box, he has the full cloth on, and I'm doing it backwards. So I'm gonna take this off. It's a small piece here, which opens up a connector right there. And same thing here. There we go. Then you get the Vulcans. I'm not sure if this is the Vulcans, but we're taking that off. I wonder if you can take this off also. Possibly not. Alright, what else do we need to take out? I think this part too. So the chest piece. And move this part here. Take that out. Alright, so we got this. Now, I think we should start putting this on. Like so. And we got another one here. Oh, this is really nice. Alright, so we got that part. And actually, he has a collar. Right here. It's a really nice collar. Gotta have a collar to be a pirate. And there we go. So that mounts it there. And yeah, it just kind of replaces. It's actually kind of interesting that they've remolded the bottom part, the circle where the circles are. You could have just put the collar on top of that, but this probably makes a better or sturdier connection point. Put this back on here. There we go. And moving on to the shoulders. Alright, so I forgot which way this goes. So I'm assuming since this is a little bit more curved, that's probably the front. That's my guess. So we get those pegs, which goes to those part there. And just mounts in, I'm hoping. Okay. So it connects there, but the whole shoulder piece just pops out. And let's remount that. If it will remount. Oh. Okay, that part goes there. That's secure. That's supposed to be a clip, and it should just... It's one of those things. Get a lot of things in the way. I see it go there. Alright, so I think it... Alright, we got it. We got it. Alright, moving on. Next part, we do the same thing to the other side. Hopefully this one will go in smoothly. Interestingly enough, for the other things that you want to try out on this, you're gonna remove the armor on and off. Yeah. Should we do that again? Oh, we'll see. There's patience just... So this is the part where they're talking about where it could just fall into pieces. Yeah, okay. He wants to do it that way? Sure. Alright, so okay, I got it on. Sweet. I'll put this back on. You gotta have the teeth on the skull. We're getting there. Slowly, but surely. Alright. Alright, everything is back the way it should be, I think. So, we got the full cloth here. It has some articulation. Really nice. This is a pretty cool armor. You got pegs here. And of course, you gotta add this booster back here. Nice. So it does kind of limit some certain articulation here and there. Alright, so that's that. And it's actually a gimmick where I'm just gonna do it right now before later. Actually, I'll probably do it now. Might as well. I believe this is the part where you can pop this out like so, and take out that part right there. And this just attaches on the back here. I believe like this. We got this nice like teeth-like part here. I'm not sure if that's daggers or just part of the cloak. But it's cool. It's there. Alright, and I think I'm missing something here. Oh. Do we have to really do that? I think there's a peg here somewhere. Come on. That looks like a fragile connection there. And this connects on the bottom here. So this kind of gives you an option to have the cape on the side. Hold on. We gotta make sure this thing goes in nicely. There we go. Actually, even just having one side on that effect, it's nice. Let's just do that. Alright, so while that one side is like that, we should add some weapons, or put these weapons here and there. Alright, so let's put the beam sunbar. That's what it's called. Alright, so let's take a look at the hands it comes with. Alright, got a couple of hands here. Let's see. It's a bunch of them. So we already have the closed fist. You have one for holding some beam sabers. I'm assuming that's that. What is this? Oh, this is probably when he's holding the shoulder skulls. There's some connectors there. We'll take a look at that later on. More holding hands. And I think this one, it's a little bit bigger. And I think this is for the sword. This one's a little smaller. So I'm gonna take this one here. Now to put this on, That's a good question. I think it's just, does it just squeeze right in there? So just gonna open the thumb part. I kind of wish there's a way. But well, we're just gonna wing it like so. I mean, you can also, again, there's this part here which just pops out. You can hold that maybe with this one. Yeah, so either hand you can use. So I'm just gonna do just with this one. Also, there's this part here that you can take out. Again, my lack of, well, I guess I still have a nail on my thumb. You can take that out, and there's this little piece here. When you put it on, of course, it's not the part. There we go. It's alright, Peg. Come on. Come on. It's the wrong side, maybe. So anyways, this gives you an option to mount on the side skirt. There you go. You get a peg there. But for the most part, I will probably leave it this way, since I'm going to be posing it with, or while he's wielding it. Yeah. Alright, so we're getting there. Another one of those long reviews. Alright, so I got that part there, and let's take a look on this one. Let's put it on. Probably this one. No, that's a little smaller. Sometimes the problem is it doesn't really tell you, or it doesn't have the... No, this is not it. This is for holding. Gotta have the one with this one. Alright. Gotta have that extra trigger finger hand or finger. There we go. And I would like this to have to be on the left hand side. I'm getting there eventually. Wait, is that even the right one? It's a little weird. Anyways, okay, we got that part, and this just mounts. We'll do it later on. Actually, I want to try out the skull thing gimmick. So aside from this, you can actually also mount the. Maybe I should have done it later. This. Can you actually remove this? How do we remove this? Oh, okay. I actually not hoping to do that, but there's a connector part here which allows you to, it's probably this way. I think it can go either way. Yeah. Oh. Hold on. I do apologize again. I'm just trying to figure out how to mount this thing. It's on the left side. Alright, so either way, mount this here on the connector part. Sticks out like so, and there's a peg hole right there. And yeah, it's actually a really cool effect. So the skull is glowing, crazy. So just mounting it back here. Again, that crazy shoulder connection thing. Really tempted to just put a magnet there. Really tempted. So I guess it doesn't really work with a cape stretch like that. So if I put this one here, it will look cool. But what I wanted is actually give it a try and use the skull. Alright, so try to disassemble the skull. Trying is the key word. Maybe I'll remove this thing again. Out of the way. Come on, wiggle. Wiggle with me. Note to self, do a review when your nails are, or don't do reviews when you just freshly cut your nails. It doesn't help. Alright, if you don't have nails, use some tools. I don't like prying things. There we go. Oh, it's one of those connection part, that's why. Alright, so I pried this out and ah, jeez. Alright, let's put this back on. There's a little bit of frustrations on this, but you know what? I can live with it. It's not too bad. It's not as finicky as I would say Extreme Gundam. With all the add-on parts, I had problems with that one. Okay, so seems like you can move this down and it becomes like a boxing glove or a shield thing. Okay, but I wanna try the one with a skull. So I really need to figure out the best way to mount this thing. It's not holding. Okay, there we go. Right, now to the skull thingy. Okay, easy enough to figure out. So for this one, we're gonna put this one here, like so, and put one of this thing here. Okay, so that's why there's two connection parts. You can actually just leave this thing out here. And on the side here, we're just gonna connect back. Oops. Clear joints. Alright. That's close enough. And it doesn't quite... Why is it... Oh, this could be annoying. There we go. Gotta have the peg in there. Alright. So, I got that part now. Gotta put the teeth back. Got a fang. Gotta have the fangs. Alright, so let's see. Pop this out. So I'm just gonna demonstrate it on one side. And you kinda get the idea. What is the... Oh, jeez. Don't tell me I have to remove this again. I do. Is this actually detachable? Right. I like how there's a little bit of a crack there. Like all the ball joints or the cup, there's a little bit of notch there, and that's actually great. Kind of relieves the stress, prevents it from breaking. So that's kind of cool that they've engineered that. So we got the skull fist here. This is really nice. Put this back on, and there we go. Talk to the fist. And I have to say, this is a really nice figure. All the gimmicks. I mean, there's a little bit of, as you can see, I've demonstrated that there's a little bit of problem getting it in there, but after a while, you know, a little bit of patience, it's really nice. Also, I want to point out on the back here, there's a peg connector and a kind of like a extension here that you plug in. And there we go. Goes to any stand. There's also an alternate face. This is when his mouth opens up. Not sure what the significance of that is. Again, I do apologize. Not too familiar with Crossbone, but he just looks too cool to pass. So I'm just gonna take out this head, and basically there's a neck connector there. I'm not gonna take it out. I actually prefer the normal face, but if you're just curious, it's gonna look like this. It's actually not too bad, but not too fun of that mask or that open mouth thing. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it back and put this on. There we go. Alright, and I'm just about ready to put everything together. I opened the other cape out. There we go. Got the beam Zonbar. What do you call that? I keep forgetting what it's called. Zanbe. I think I'm still mispronouncing it. So for this one, to mount it in, you got this weird connection here. And let me just put it on off camera. Alright, so my conclusion is, this is an amazing figure. Despite having little difficulties with the shoulders and the full cloth thing. Yes. So despite that, as I've shown in the video, it's still great. I think it's just a matter of getting used to the joints. And, you know, after you get to that part, I think you can spend hours and hours posing this guy and take awesome pictures like what I've done. It's just amazing. And every angle, it's just cool. It's just one of those uniquely designed Gundam that, you know, with a pirate theme. It's just amazing. And I highly recommend getting this figure. It's just amazing. I really like it. Alright, that's about it for the review. One thing I forgot to mention. I did mention that the peg here has a notch in the peg hole for the wrist for when he's holding the skull. Apparently the other one doesn't have that, so I made a mistake on that part. But I kind of like that notch. I think it kind of gives a less stress on the ball joint. Kind of wish they did it on the other one as well. But nonetheless, it's fine. Again, great figure. Highly recommend getting this. And again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. Please check out their web store. I'll put the link down below. And next up, I'm hoping to get Geminos. That's the next robot Damashii I'm looking forward into getting. Yep. So until then, this is Beads. Thanks for watching.